Namaste. Please find child's pose. We might support the shins with a blanket. This practice will be yin style, so we'll do a little bit of longer holds. Please be sure to always be completely comfortable in the pose. And if you notice discomfort, take 3 breaths. If the discomfort is still there, then start to move into a more comfortable situation. Let's take the big toes together and the knees apart. We might have a couple blankets nearby, or a cushion, or a block. And we'll come down to child's pose. The head rests either on a cushion or on the mat. Let's release the arms forward and then relax the shoulders down. And please deepen the breath as we arrive. If this position doesn't work because of knee or hip tenderness, we could always transition onto the back, lying back and drawing the knees in towards the shoulders in a happy baby variation. And as we arrive, we cultivate stillness. Body may have small motions. Of course, we have our inner biorhythms happening. And we have the breath. But see if we can have that voluntary muscle, all of the voluntary muscles, be relaxed and receptive, not so ready to engage. Good. Let's deepen the breath here. And inhale, walk the hands in and rise up. Please come to hands and knees now. And we'll go ahead and simply stretch the right leg back, straightening that knee. If we're on the back, please join us on hands and knees. And then switch and stretch the left leg back. Press through the heel. Good. And then switch from side to side. Go ahead and press that heel back a little bit more, getting into the calf muscles. And also press down through the hands a bit. Switch. And then we'll return to hands and knees. Let's inhale, drop the tailbone, lift the belly, pull the heart forward. Come to hands and knees. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the tailbone, pull the heart forward. Exhale, navel to spine, chin to chest, tailbone low. Coming into Halloween cat. Inhale, lift the tailbone, drop the belly, pull the heart forward, coming into cow pose. Exhale, hollowing cat, rainbow arching the spine. And inhale into cow, smiling the whole spine from the crown of the head through the tailbone. Good. And let's just go at our own pace here. In and out between the smile and the rainbow. Good. One more full round. And let's release and go ahead and have a seat on the heels. Good. Let's do a little bit of wrist warm up. If sitting on the heels is comfortable, stay with this. Or we could grab a cushion again and sit on a cushion between the heels or between the heels and the pelvis. Let's take the hands and just start to shake the wrist out and shake low. And then start to move up, shake in the medium height here. Then shake out to a T. And then start to shake up towards the throat, towards the face, and all the way up. Yay! Okay, and then shake down. Giving those wrists a little bit of love. One more time. Let's come all the way up. Very good for wrist health here. And then all the way back down. Nicely done. Good. Release. And let the hands and arms hang. Beautiful. Okay. So let's take a bit of downward facing dog here. Now I'll give you two options. Down dog would be the first option here. Stretching back. If that's comfortable for your body to have hands down, feet down, stretching back, maybe heels high, knees bent, do that. If that's not so comfortable, we'll return to hands and knees. Just stretch the arms forward, keep the tail lifted, and melt the forehead downish. It doesn't have to come all the way down by any means, but we're creating this length through the spine this way. Okay, so either hands and knees or dog here. 5 simple breaths. Good. Then we'll all lower to the knees and we'll step the left foot forward for dragon lunge. Now please go ahead and grab the blocks if you've got blocks. If no blocks, grab Harry Potter books or anything of equal height here. And we'll start with the left knee, foot and knee forward and the right knee back. Hands can go to both sides. And then we'll take both hands on the inside of the foot down to the blocks. We could stay with this. Or, as flexibility allows, come on down to the elbows for dragon. Okay, so we're set up here. And today, we could let the head hang, which is typically done in a yin practice. A yin type practice, the head will hang. But if that doesn't quite feel comfortable, maybe head neutral. Or my personal favorite is bend the elbows and rest the head into the hands. In this pose, it's nice to kind of look into that caveat of how comfortable we are. Be very comfortable. And if something becomes uncomfortable over time, take 3 breaths and then make an adjustment. Good. Start to release. Take the hands down. Lift the hips a little. Left hand moves off to the left again here. And then we'll simply press into the arms and slide the hips back. Slide the knee back. Okay, second side. Simply switch. Right foot moves forward. Start with the hands on each side here. Find a comfortable kind of amount of drawing down. And then go ahead and transition the hands to the inside. We can stay on the hands with the arms straight or start to come down to the elbows. And again, we have a choice of head position. We might hang the head. We might have the head to neutral, or we might rest the head in the hands. The name of the game here is softening. And what I notice is that if we go too deeply, too quickly, that there's actually a rebound, kind of hardening of the muscles and the tendons and the ligaments and the fascia against that ask. So if we can ease in and be patient with the pose, that often we just get more intrinsic benefit. It doesn't necessarily mean a deeper stretch, it just means more benefit. What are we looking for? Would we like to simply create more ease? And if we notice an area we can soften, then we do. Good. Walk up to the hands, deepen the breath. Take each hand to each side. And then let's slide the right foot back to meet the left. And please, once again, either take downward facing dog or puppy pose. Either here with the hips high and the heart melting, or tuck the toes, lift the hips. 5 breaths. Feel free to wag the tail a little bit, side to side. Good, and then release, come down to the knees. And let's set up the next pose. This next pose will be lying on the front body, down to the mat. We might take a blanket and spread it out, just for comfort's sake, over the mat, okay? And then we'll come on down to the forearms. And we'll start here, the legs extended, and resting the elbows on the mat, okay? And this will be position 1. This is a great position for many of us, and we'll stick with this for a little while. So coming into Sphinx pose, the elbows are pretty much under the fronts of the shoulders, so the arms are fairly vertical. They don't have to be perfectly vertical though. And see if we can let the legs in this extension kind of be heavy and relaxed. Head position here, again, we have many choices. I'm choosing right now a neutral head position, not too much of a back bend, not too much of a collapse forward, although either are also great choices. If you've had a lot of tension in the mid-back lately, perhaps actually drawing the chin forward can be nice to get some stretch in the middle back, in the rhomboid region behind the shoulder blades, between the shoulder blades. So choose that position. Good. Now, for those that have been practicing the yin type postures for longer, meaning you're very comfortable here, we might transition this, bending the elbows, walking the hands in, transitioning to what we call seal pose. Now with seal pose, the arms are straight, and see how my spine kind of relaxes down and in? The shoulders even can come up towards the ears. The spine relaxes. It's like almost, I call it hammock spine. So we've got kind of that nice hanging type action in the spine. This can be quite a lot. So the previous position is great as well. And let the breath be free. Good. Let's release. So everyone come on down to the belly. Maybe make a diamond shape with the arms, resting the head on the backs of the hands. We'll bend the knees and simply start to shimmy the shins side to side. We'll let the thighs move, and we'll notice the hips moving with that a little bit. Good. Go ahead and release the legs long. Walk the hands in right near the shoulders, and we'll inhale, come up. Nicely done. Okay, wonderful. We had a great, nice long back bend there. So we'll transition into a forward fold. I recommend sitting on a little lift. So I've got my cushion, or we could use a blanket. And we go ahead and just set that little lift down, and we'll take the soles of the feet together and the knees apart for Baddha Konasana. Now at the same time, we might want our blocks for a headrest. So we'll have the knees wide. Now this can definitely be done, this pose could be done without the prop underneath. I just kind of like the up and over action that the prop will give. So it could be done differently. And let's hold the shins for just a moment and draw the belly forward. And then let the knees open down. If you are a sandbag lover and have sandbags, you could place them on the thighs. That would be okay here. Let's take a full inhale. And then as we exhale, we'll start to round and come forward. And again, I did say round and come forward. So in the yin practice, you can come kind of forward a little bit with a flat spine and then let the rounding happen. Now, if this is a lot for your body, if this feels like too much, one might turn to the wall and use the wall as something to fold forward onto, or if you're practicing at home, a couch or the side of the bed can be really nice. You can even slide the feet under the bed and kind of hug down to the bed, okay? That would be absolutely fine. So use what we have at home or use the yoga props. See if we can find something for the head to rest on. And then notice where we can soften. we'll inhale, walk the hands in, rise up. Beautiful. Go ahead and remove the props, and let's draw both knees towards one another. Nicely done. Please come off of any support, and we'll rock to the back. You might rock 3 times, or just rock all the way down once. And please have a block nearby. Come all the way down. A block or a blanket, either is fine. Blanket might be more comfortable. And grab that block or blanket and put it between the thighs. Let's take the arms out to a T here. Bending at the elbows to make it like a goalpost T. Good, and we'll take an inhale. And as we exhale, let's shimmy the hips over to the right a little and release the knees towards the left. Now you might grab another block under the thighs, just as comfort allows. Let's keep both shoulders down, both shoulder blades down, so we can elevate on this left side with the block. Keep the shoulders down. Good, and then use that left hand to help the thighs back to center. Good, and let's place the feet down, shimmy the hips a little to the left. Grab that other block as a support, lift the knees, and we'll take the knees to the right, still holding the block. Again, keep both shoulders down. Good, and use the right hand to help the thighs. Inhale, come back to center. Release the block. And let's go ahead and draw both knees into the chest. Let's lift the head and kind of round in. And place the head back down. Let's turn the right ear towards the mat, right cheek towards the mat. A couple deep breaths into the left side of the neck. Come back to center and turn the cheek the other way. Good. Come back to center. And then we'll slowly release the legs all the way down for a relaxation pose, Savasana. Now we might take a blanket underneath the knees. Don't be afraid to come up for a moment. Take a blanket underneath the knees for a little support. If you've got that sandbag, we can place the sandbag on the low belly now here, and we'll come all the way back to rest. As we do so, let's take a deep inhale. Exhale. Deep inhale. One more deep inhale. Arrive. Please invite the breath to deepen. And let's gently come back to this space. Lightly touch the tips of each finger to the thumb. Lightly clench the hands. Rotate wrists and ankles. And as we exhale, draw the knees in. Go ahead and roll to the right. And gradually come up to a comfortable seated position of choice. Let's close our Yin session together with one round of Om and Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. May all beings be happy, peaceful, safe, and protected. And may our thought, word, and action contribute to that in some small or significant way for all. Full inhale. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Namaste. Thank you for practicing.